Struggling parents are finding it hard to talk about money worries because they don't see other families at the school gates. It comes as Labor stepped up calls for the government to provide free meals to poorer children through school. Shadow Education Secretary Kate Green held virtual talks with school leaders and charities on the first day of half-term. Amy North, a parent governor at Miles Coverdale Primary School in London, said it was more difficult to talk about financial problems in online chat. She said, on WhatsApp groups there is constant messaging about how do I log on to this? And how do I connect to this? In relation to, but it's much harder to talk about him struggling because my kids are hungry and I don't have enough money to pay. It's much harder to have those kind of informal support networks in the context of when everybody's meeting at the school gates. It's much easier to be talking to teachers, talking to other parents, to have the signposting to different support. It's just much harder for families in the context of feeling very isolated and feeling like everything is a struggle. Ms. Green said, schools are more than just factories for teaching children. They're anchors, and they're where parents come together to have face-to-face conversations with each other, with their children's teachers, with other school staff. And I actually think this is something we really want to support schools to be able to do as children return in full to the classroom, to be those community assets. Ms. Green also urged caution over reports Boris Johnson plans a Big Bang reopening of schools, rather than a phase. I'm desperate to see all children safely back in school as soon as possible, but I think it's important that we remember why we went into this lockdown of schools at the beginning of January. It was about getting the R down. It was about reducing hospitalizations and tragically death. And I think if the government is now planning a Big Bang reopening, it needs to be very transparent about the scientific advice it's received and the impact it is envisaging on those measures, those metrics of a Big Bang reopening. In my view, we need to keep all options on the table until we can see that data, see those metrics. A Big Bang return may be possible, but I think we should keep the option of a staggered return or perhaps the use of ROTAs, children coming for part of the time. Those options need to stay on the table.